Welcome back to Morning Thoughts from the Green Chair with Coffee and me, Manifestation Dude, otherwise known as Jim or JC, short for Jesus Christ. So I'm playing up to the camera, right? Which leads me to a story that I want to share about wanting to make an impact and wanting to teach, wanting to educate and enrich others' lives, create some expansion in the world and in someone else's lives. And that's why I started this channel, was to try and help other people expand in their life. As I've enriched my life, I want to share some of the things that I have. So, and I do this way more than I probably should. And with this channel, often I've failed because I've considered the fact that someone is watching. And when I consider the fact that somebody's watching and listening to this is where I start to fail. If I just listen to the message coming through me, it usually works better. So I'm going to share that and trust that the way it comes out is the way it's meant to be received. But anyway, there's these young teenage boys that live in the neighborhood here, right? And they're cheeky and stuff, and they kind of joke around and stuff a lot and, goof off for each other, the way teenage boys could do. They play up for each other. And I said to one of them particularly, it reminds me of myself, like he's super class clown kind of dude, right? So I just took him aside because I was I wanted to be that person that I would have wanted. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't have wanted that when I think about it, but I took him aside and I said to him, look, if you just engage with people, instead of trying to play up for your friends and, make them laugh and be goofy and not take anything seriously because, that's the way I treated life. It was I failed French, I think at least once. Well, no, there was once because there was a friend of mine in the class, and we used to just goof around and make fun of French. We didn't try to learn it. We just made fun of it. And we were just Philippe was one of our fake names. Now we would say Philippi. The way and this was we were older than this kid that I'm talking about. But anyway, I took him aside and I said, listen, if you could stop playing up for your friends and just be serious and just look someone in the eye and be serious and engage with them. I said, you can make a really strong impact in the world. You can make an impact in the world if you stop playing up for the camera, as it were, the people that are watching you, or whatever, your friends or whatever, or in my case, the camera, trying to make, a lot of people do, trying to play up for the camera, for the Instagram, for the social. I'm playing up for this. Look at me working out, aren't I special? Look at me eating a certain diet, aren't I special? Look at this. I'm having my best life. And then they shut the camera off or they're done with the picture. And then they just start frowning again. How many times have you seen people do that where they go to pose for a picture and they grab somebody and they do a big smile. And then once it's over, they're go on and do something else. Okay, just, that's it. I'm not going to fake it anymore. Like, now that that photo's over, I've played up for the camera. I've played up for the social. Now I can go back to reality. So, excuse me. Got to drink the morning coffee while it's still warm. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I said that to the kid. And I kind of got through to him, because I think he got serious for a second. And it was real. It was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting through to him for a second. But his friend was close by. Close enough that he could, like, obviously look over and talk to him or whatever. And like, it was to where I can engage him and say this to him. And it wasn't like, I was just like, because, you're a special kid, like, you can make an impact. But then the second he got to play up, it was like it was all over. It all crumbled. It was like this house of cards of it, like, engagement with someone to, like, me have an impact. And I thought, yes, I'm having an impact on him that might help him have an impact on the world. And it just, the house of cards just went gone. House of cards gone. Impact over, impact not made, useless endeavor. And I'm sure he probably didn't even take it to heart. And I didn't really think anything else about it. I was like, yeah, whatever, okay. Like, I didn't think anything else about it. And then, in the middle of the night last night, I woke up. And that story hit me because I realize I'm not having the impact that I want because I haven't learned yet to properly engage in this way, to tell stories. So, universal consciousness said to me, that story was a lesson for you, because you just play up to the camera. You're not being real, you're just playing up. And I was like, the head exploded. I was like, shit. Slow motion. Then it made so much sense. It's like, okay, Jim, stop. If you stop playing up. And I'm yet to try and embrace that. It's like, stop playing up. How do I engage as if I'm talking to you if I don't imagine that you're there? But how can I imagine that you're there and not change the way I'm communicating? Which is I'm trying to do right now, because that's the message from the universe. The universal consciousness was like that lesson was for you, you fool. So, in teaching, we get our lesson. In trying to teach, we get that lesson that we're trying to teach. If we only listen to our own lesson. Practice what you preach. This is what I'm saying to myself. Practice what you preach learn from the lesson that you're trying to give. You're not so smart anyway. Stupid. You have that to learn. Well, when I say stupid, I mean I'm just kind of being, I'm saying that in a colloquial way. Colloquial. Is that the word? Colloquial. Anyway, this is going far too long. For the point is, the message is that when you try to teach, the message is whatever you get from it. I'm not going to try to teach because I need to learn. And perhaps this is what all the masters said, but I know nothing. I don't know anything.